In this section, we are going to write our first GUI program using Python Tkinter. We will create this application. In this application, you can see that there is a message displayed and a button with Learn More. When the user will click on this Learn More button, he will be redirected to a website. So let's go ahead and create this. I am using VS Code editor to write the code. So first thing first, we have to import all the classes from Tkinter module. So I will write from Tkinter import asterisk. Asterisk means everything. Now I have to create an instance for TK object. So the instance, my instance name is WS. You can give any name, but for me WS stands for workspace. And now I have to start a main loop. So main loop is very important because every time we run the program, the screen comes and then it is destroyed immediately. But what does the main loop does? It keeps on creating more screens, and so that we will be able to see the updated screen. So let me run the program and let me remove this main loop first so that I can show you what will happen if we don't have main loop. So now if I will run the program, it happened so like it came up on the screen and disappeared so quickly that we are not able to see it. So if we want to see it, we have to start the main loop. So it is very important. Now we can see the screen keeps on destroying and new screen keeps on creating. That's why we are seeing it right now. Now if you want to change the text, that is, if you want to change this TK text, then you can use title. So ws.title, and you can provide any title that you want to display on the window. So if I will run it once again, you can see that the title is appearing over here. Next thing is ws.geometry. You can define the size, the height and width of this window, and you can also set the position of the window. We will discuss this thing more in future section, but let me give you overview right now. So you can see that earlier our screen was appearing over here. Now the screen is appearing over here, and the width is 400 and the height is 500. So this is the X position, then this is the Y position. If I will reduce the X position, this will shift more to the left side. So if I just make it 300 and I reduce this size as well, so let's make it 200. Now you can see that this is appearing right here. So the beautiful example, the easiest example for this could be like every time you start a calculator on your computer, you can see that it is opening this side, and every time you will start it, it will open at the same position. On the other hand, if you will start a notepad, you can see that it is appearing over here. All the applications appear at different places. So all that thing is regulated by using X and Y values, which is over here. Now next thing is, there are few basic widgets that we can use. Those are label, button and entry widgets. These widgets are so common that they are used in every application. So for label, we have to use the label keyword with capital L. Then where we want to place it, we want to place it on our parent window, that is WS. Then the text that we want to display is Python guides. Also, we want to display more text, but let me do it for now. But for now, let me show this much only. Now, if you want to give some color to the text, then you have to use FG. So let me give 214373. You can give any color. And one more thing, guys, if you want to know where you can find a good colors, like if you are confused between the colors, you can go to the Google on Adobe Trend. So here you can find lots of colors that you can use for your application. You can search for different color palettes. You can type application or that you want to display on your application. So here you can see that there are multiple models are appearing and artwork is appearing. So if you will click on it, you will be able to find all the color palettes that has been used with the hexacode. So you can use any of them from here. So this was just a good to know information. So now we have to provide some font. If you want to provide any font, you just need to use font equals to, then you have to provide the name of the font. It is not mandatory. If you won't provide if you won't provide the font name, then it will use the default one. And here you can provide the size. Now once you have created the label, you have to pack it, or you have to use any geometry method in order to position it on the screen. We will discuss more about it in the next section. So now you can see that Python guides is appearing. Now let's go ahead and create one button. So to create a button, you have to write button with capital B, and then you have to provide on which window you want to place this button. So I want to place it on my parent window, that is WS. Then the text that you want to display on the button. And then you can provide the font. In the end, you have to provide a command. So command is basically what will happen when the button will be clicked. So here you can provide the name of the function, or you can create an anonymous function or a lambda function, which is a one-liner. So let me give it none for now, and later when I will create a function, I will assign it. Same with the button, we have to use any geometry manager. So I am using pack here. So let me run this application. So now here you can see that we have a button, we have a label, a text. Now let me just remove this part, or I can just reduce it. So that it could look like the application that we have shown you. Now what we have to do, whenever we are clicking on this button, nothing is happening. So we have to add some functionality. So the functionality was, every time we click on this button, a website should open. Guys, this part was the module part. So we have to add another module using which we can navigate to a website. So the name of the module is web browser. Now we have to create a function. So def, let me name it as link. So this is the name of my function, which is link, and it will not accept any parameter. Now I have to write web browser dot open. Oops, sorry. Now I need to provide the URL of the website. So it will be https pythonguides.com. This is our website. Now once we have created this function, we have to call it using a button. So at the place of command, I will provide the name as link. Now once I have created the link, let me go ahead and run this program. Now I will click on learn more button. Now you can see that I have been redirected to a pythonguides.com. So this was our first GUI program using Python Tkinter. In the next section, we will talk about geometry managers.